Hey makers, this is Dhruvin, and in this episode I'm going to talk about how you can create your Power Apps with Excel as a data source. Most of the time, small businesses are using Excel to store their record. Moving forward, as their businesses grow, they wanted to create some type of user interface from where user can make the records, they can easily search and filter their record. Now, over here, as a first part, what they are doing is they try to create one Power Apps. And moving forward, as businesses grow and the number of records are increasing, they need some alternative way to store the records. So in this episode, first I'm going to talk about how you can connect your Excel data directly to Power Apps and create some type of application for your businesses. Alternatively, this approach is useful for only 2000 records. If you have more than 2000 records, Excel is not a perfect combination for your businesses to store the data. At the time, you need to go with some alternative approaches. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about that thing as well in detail, that if not Excel, which data source you can use to improve your business productivity. I'm going to talk about one free data source as well as one paid data source. So stay tuned till the end. So the overall session agenda will be, first we will connect Excel with Power Apps. Then we will talk about the different limitation for Excel with Power Apps connector. And at last we will talk about the different alternatives. So without further delay, let's get started. But before that, if you haven't followed me on my Instagram and Twitter so far, do follow me. So here I am on my machine, and today first let's talk about how we can connect Excel with Power Apps. Most of the time what happen here is small businesses are using and storing their data into Excel. So if they wanted to place their first step inside the Power Apps, they can create Excel as a data source to build their apps. But those things has couple of limitations. So I am going to cover those limitations along with some alternative approach in later on this session. So let's first connect our Power Apps with Excel Online. So for that, the very first necessary step is that you need to upload your file into your OneDrive. So what I'm going to do here is I'm opening my OneDrive and creating one Excel file over here. You can upload your existing file as well on this section. So I'm just clicking on new, and after that I'm just clicking on new Excel workbook. So that will create new Excel workbook for me inside the OneDrive. Now let me just zoom in a little bit, and I am going to create one timesheet app. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just adding couple of headers here as task, then number of hours, then who has created the task, and date. So I created 4 different columns over here. I also want to do one more thing. I will just add one entry, sample task, hours are 8, created by is Dhruvin, and I'm just adding date. Now before that I need to convert that column into data type. So I selected that column. I'm going here, click on add number formats, converting it to date and clicking on OK. And now I'm adding today's date as 7/5/2022. Now you need to select this, and we need to convert this as a table. So let's select all these 4 fields, go to the insert and just click on table and just tick my table has header. So it has created this type of table for you inside the Excel. Now your Excel is ready. You need to provide the proper name for your Excel. So I am providing here the name as Excel Power Apps YouTube. You can provide the name as per your convenience, or you can upload your existing file as well into OneDrive and just create the app on top of that by creating a table. So it's totally up to you. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm just closing this spreadsheet. Now I need to go here into Power Apps, and now we will create the app from scratch. So you need to go to the home and need to select Excel. So let's click on that. Now over here you need to create a new connection. So let's create a connection. If you already have any your OneDrive for Business connection, you can utilize that. But in this case, I'm going to show you the process. So what I'm going to do here is I'm selecting OneDrive for Business. I'm going to click on Create. And once you click on Create, basically it will authenticate against your user and show it like this. And then you need to select your Excel. So over here, I have uploaded one Excel PowerAppsID. This is the one we just created. So let's select that, and from that Excel, let's select our table. So if you haven't created a table inside your Excel, then you will not be able to connect it over here. And now click on connect. So what happened here is now it will create one Power Apps from your Excel, and basically it will create a 3-page Power App for you. And it's a ready-made Power App that you can leverage directly for your businesses. You don't need to have any additional skills over there. So see, this is the one which is created automatically here. You can see this is the grid where we are able to see all the records. If we click on new, then it is showing me the form like this. If we want to delete this record, we can delete it from here. Or let's say let me just create one new record. So let's say I'm selecting today's date, tomorrow's date. I'm selecting number of hours as 8 and task 02, and created by is myself. I'm just entering manually this value, and now I'm just clicking on save. So what it will do is it has created this record over here. Okay, now if I want to edit it, I can simply click on edit and I can update from here 8.5. okay, and similar way, let's say if I want to delete the record, I can select and delete it. So deleting will be removing the record from the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, now let's check the Excel outcome. So if I'm going here and opening my Excel spreadsheet again, so I'm opening this. So you can see now it has only one record, and you can see one more thing. It has created one more column into your Excel spreadsheet, which is PowerAppsID. So don't need to worry about this, because when you are connecting your Power Apps with the Excel, it automatically creates this internal column, and this is the column which is used as a different CRUD operation mechanism for Power Apps and Excel. Now let me do one more thing. Let me talk about couple of limitations that we have when we are using Excel as a data source in Power Apps. So you get an idea like how to create a Power Apps from Excel. It's a 3-step screen which is created automatically, which is fine. Even you can customize it. Let's say if I just wanted to change the position of my field, I can simply go here, just drag my cursor over here, and I need task first, then I need number of hours, then I need date, and then created by should be automatically for current users. So what I can do is I can go to advanced field, and over here I can just write the default value like default, and let's say instead of this item dot created by, we can type like user dot display name in the new form. And this is the edit form. So let's not make changes over here. And let's say in detail screen how it is looking like. Detail screen is looking like this. So over here as well you can change the sequence. Okay, and let's say in created by, we can go to the default mode, and we can just type if form mode is equal to new, if edit form 1 dot mode is equal to form mode not new, then we need to have as user dot display name full name, user dot full name, else we need to have this item dot created by. Okay, so this is how you can simply do it. Okay, so it's done. And now if we taste, let's say I'm going here, I'm playing this app, and you can see by default it auto printed this thing to me. Okay, so this is how you can simply customize it. Maybe if you wanted to change the themes, you can change it. So these are the steps I'm explaining, because let's say if you are placing your first step into Power Apps, it is very simple, very easy. It's similar like Excel, and this is the question asked by most of the Excel users when they wanted to use Excel as a data source in Power Apps and they wanted to build simple apps. It's very easy, very straightforward. Okay, so this is how you can simply create it. Now let me talk about one of the important limitation of Excel and Power Apps. So the very first limitation is that, let's say for an example, in your Excel, if you have number of less records, then it's fine. But let's say if you have more than 2000 record and you wanted to create Power Apps on top of Excel, then it will not work. The reason is that most of the functions that we are using with Excel and Power Apps are non-delegable function. Non-delegable function means, let's say if you have more than 2000 record, it will just query your first 2000 record. Rest of the record will not be proceed on the server. So if you have more than 2000 record, I can recommend to go with some another data source as an alternative approach, which I will talk about in very soon. But this is the first limitation. Second limitation, now let's say for an example, my Excel file is already open here, and now if I try to add some new entry into my Excel data source like task 03, number of hours as 8, and trying to save it, then what happen here is it will not store this record. It will throw you this type of error. The reason is that file is already being locked. So let's say if you share this app with some user and file is already opened by someone, it will fail to save. So that locking mechanism is there, so make sure about that thing. Okay, third important thing, sometimes you have an assumption that, you know, I have created Excel, now I'm creating the file, and now I'm sharing my Power Apps with the other user. So let's say if you go here, let me just save my Power Apps first. So I'm just providing name Power Apps YT Excel and clicking on save. Let's say what I'm doing here is, now I'm going to click on share button, and that will open up my next page. So over here what happen here is, when you try to share this Power Apps with another developer, let's say I'm typing here name Power Platform Dev. So at that time the Excel permission would be given automatically to the Excel spreadsheet, meaning that if the user will open the OneDrive for Business and click on Excel, they will be able to see everything from Excel. So there is no security, like row level security, that user should be able to view only their record or something like that. Okay, so now to overcome all of those things, now I'm going to talk about couple of approaches which Excel user can leverage to build the Power Apps and to satisfy their business need. So now let me talk about that thing in detail. But hope so far you are good with me, and this Power Apps development is very easy. Obviously, like if you are placing your first step, you need to learn couple of things which are similar like Excel, like formula, Power FX, everything. But I have step-by-step series which you can check how to learn Power Apps. Basically it's a 32-part series from where I have explained everything from start to end for the business perspective. Okay, so learn that. Now let me talk about couple of solution. Now let's see if you are using Excel and now you wanted to move your data to the centralized place. Which are the approaches? What are the different approaches apart from Excel? Let's talk about that. So the first approach is the free approach, which if you have SharePoint license or maybe E3 license already in the place, then you can leverage that approach. So you can simply migrate your data to the SharePoint and build the Power Apps on top of the SharePoint. That is the one approach. Second approach is, which is some expensive, so which is the Dataverse approach, but it will give you the better performance. So what you can do is you can simply upload your Excel data into your Dataverse table and build the Power App on top of that. The process is very simple. If you wanted to build simple Power Apps like 3-page Power App like this, display thing, create new item, edit new item, and view items or delete the item, then it will also provide that flexibility that it will create 3-page application automatically for you. So now I'm going to talk about, if you use SharePoint, how you can add your data to your SharePoint list. So let me talk about that thing, because many users are not sure how to even start with the SharePoint, because most of the time they are using Excel. So I'm focusing those target audience and focusing on that. So you need to simply click on your ellipsis and click on SharePoint to create a new SharePoint homepage. So it will open the page like this. Now, first of all, you need to create the site. So click on create site. You can create team site or communication site. Let's create one team site, and let's provide the name of the site as, let's say, Excel migration. Okay, and just click on next. And I don't want to add any extra user at this moment. So this is a whole new SharePoint concept. Okay, SharePoint is a very big concept, but the one who has no idea, I'm just showing you the step. So I created my site. Okay, now the next step is that we need to create our Excel structure inside our list. So for that, you need to click on site content. So let's click here, and now we need to create a new SharePoint list. So I'm creating new SharePoint list over here. And over here there are 3 options: blank list, form Excel, and from existing list. So what I'm doing is, I have already Excel, so I'm going to leverage this flexibility from Excel. And now I'm going to upload the file. Now to upload the file, first of all, let me just download this file which I just created. So let me go to my OneDrive and let me download this file. So it has downloaded. Now let me go to my SharePoint and now upload that file. So this is the one which is downloaded here. So let's open it up. So it is providing a very clean user interface from where you can easily upload your files. So you can see this task is associated with default title column in the SharePoint. Ours is a number column created by, then number column. So over here date is detected as a number, so let's change it to date and time, so it will show you properly. And PowerAppsID, which we obviously don't need, because in SharePoint created by is the out of the box column. So whoever the person who is creating the item, it is stored as a default created by column. So we will remove this column and create the list. So let's click on next. Provide the name of your list. So I'm just providing here the name as timesheet. And now I'm just clicking on create. Okay, so this will take time depending on the amount of data you have in your system. So at this moment I only have 1 row, so it automatically added 1 row over here. But if you have more than 1 row, it will add all your records inside your SharePoint. Okay, and to coming over the most of the Excel user concern that they need the bulk edit, bulk insert. So it is providing this edit in grid view functionality where you can insert multiple record over here, or maybe it is providing the default form as well to create the new item or edit the item. Okay, so it is providing a very good functionality. So even if you want to go with the out of the box approach, this one will be the best for you. Okay, now let's see, if you wanted to build some power apps on top of that, you can also do that. But before that, let me just delete these 2 columns. So I'm just going to column setting, edit the column, and I'm just clicking on delete. So I'm just deleting this column, along with I want to delete the created by as well. So clicking on delete and delete. Okay, because if you go here into add column section, and if you just click on show hide column, you will be able to find the created, created by, modified, modified by. These are the default column of SharePoint. Okay, so it is showing the timestamp along with who created, who modified, everything. Okay, so now you have your list ready. And now if you want to create the power apps on top of that, you need to follow the exact same step like Excel. You need to go to the home and you need to click on SharePoint, because now our data is in the SharePoint list. Okay, over here you need to create a new connection for your SharePoint, same like OneDrive we did. So you click on new connection, and over here you need to search for SharePoint. So let's search here for SharePoint, and we want to connect cloud service. So let's select that. And let's say over here we need to provide the address. So this is the site which we created. So let's copy its address. I'm pasting, click on go. It is showing the list and click on connect. So you can see here the PowerApps has been created successfully. Same over here, like 3-page app it has created. This is the list form, and if you want to edit it, you can do it. Okay. So this is the another great approach. Now, what if when you use the SharePoint, what are the advantages you are getting? So let's say when you are using SharePoint as an approach, then you will not face any type of item limit. You can store more than 2000 record. Many functions are supported, delegation to handle the SharePoint structure. So it provides many good features. Also row level security is also provided, like you can set the item level permission to your SharePoint and just leverage that capability with PowerApps and build the PowerApps for your businesses. Okay. So that was one approach. If you have E3 license, you don't need to go with any additional license for SharePoint and PowerApps approach. So that's one thing. Another approach I would like to suggest here is Dataverse approach. So let's say if your organization is already planning to purchase some capacity for the Dataverse, that would be the best approach, because Dataverse is providing the relational data model capability. So moving forward, let's say right now you have an Excel, and moving forward your data is increasing and you are going to create some relational database structures. So at that time that approach will be very useful to you. So we can go with the Dataverse approach as well. So let me just quickly show you if you are using Dataverse, what are the steps that you need to follow in order to add your Excel data inside your Dataverse. So I'm opening my PowerApps again, and same way you need to go to the Dataverse tables, and here we need to create the table from our Excel spreadsheet. So click on data, click on get data, and now we will choose the Excel from here. So let's select Excel workbook and let's upload the file. So I'm uploading one file. You can also choose the file from OneDrive directly. Once file is uploaded, click on next. Select the table from the Excel and click on next. Now over here we have different field like task, hours, created by, date, and this default column. So this is the text data type, this is the number, this is text, this is date time, and this is something we don't need, so let's remove that. Also created by is also something which we don't need because it also maintain who created the item, and click on next. Now over here we need to click on load new table, and let's provide the name of our table. So let me just provide timesheet Excel YouTube and provide the same display name, and you just need to check your mapping and click on next. And I just wanted to load a single time, so I will do the refresh manually and click on publish. So what it will do is behind the scene it will create one table over here. So let's filter it out by custom, and let's wait for the table which is going to be created. And here we are, my database is being created successfully. Let's click on that to check the column. So you can see this table is created. If you filter it by custom, these are all the columns that we created. Okay, and now if we go to the data section, let's check the record. So this will take some time in order to reflect. And here we are able to see the record. If we go to the view and just click on active timesheet view, we will be able to see all the columns which we need to configure. So let's see that. So over here we have task column, we have date column, we have hours column, right? So these are the columns that we have, and this is the primary column created on. Let's add it last. You can simply drag and drop the fields, okay, and publish it, so it will show you the records. Okay, now to create the PowerApps from Dataverse, the same step we need to follow. I'm going to give you that in the exercise example. So you just need to create it by your own, and you just need to share your creativity with me, that how that PowerApps is looking like. And you also need to play around with some of the customization as well. So let's say this is my Dataverse. So you need to click on Dataverse, and you need to select your Dataverse table that will create 3-page application for you. After that, you need to play with some user interface. So let's say this is my PowerApps, and over here different theme structure are there. So you can choose the appropriate theme from here and change the look and feel of the app, or maybe if you wanted to add your own properties into every field, you can do that. So just create your Dataverse application and take the different screenshot of your app and share it with me by tagging me on my LinkedIn, or you can tag me to my Twitter, and just add hashtag Dataverse PowerApps with Dhruvin, and 5 lucky winners will get a shout out from my Instagram page as well as my LinkedIn page. Also, I will give them certificate of appreciation as well. So just create one Dataverse PowerApps with beautiful look and feel and interface, and just share the screenshot. So that's the homework from today's session. So hope this video helps you and value your time. If so, hit thumbs up for this video and subscribe my channel. And don't forget to press the bell notification to never miss any updates from me. If you need any consultation, let's work together. Here is my website. Just submit your query over there. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram to never miss any updates from me. Also, subscribe my another channel where I'm uploading short content on Power Platform. With this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.